It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Reports podcast.
Can we talk about Van Wilder today?
You go ahead.
Yo, Van hits us up. He goes, guys.
Let me read the exact text.
Let
me read the exact text. Hold on. Van goes. He goes. Hold on.
First of all, Van hopped out of a time portal today and then decided to group text us out of nowhere.
He goes, real quick. Are either of you guys anti-vaccination? Schulz goes, no. I go, nah. He goes, okay, because the dumb shit is spreading. I go, that's an old conversation, decades old. Andrew goes, I got a bit about it. And
Don't say my bit.
I'm not. And the Van goes, it's never been more fiercely debated than it is right now, ever. Creeping its way into the mainstream conversation. I said, I must be missing something. That's been a topic of mainstream conversation forever, especially the flu virus. And then, oh, that's the joke. I was about to read that shit. I was like, what?
Don't say it.
And then Van goes, the notion that vaccines cause autism is a growing debate.
Son, but can we say?
Before we continue, Chris, how long have you heard this debate?
15, 20 years.
Easily. I said decade. I was like, this has been going on for decades, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So Van goes, he goes, I get it, but it's being championed in the mainstream now more than ever. So then Andrew goes, Robert De Niro. He goes, De Niro's fault. He said, didn't he do a whole doc about it? Was it Robert De Niro?
No, it was a woman, not Chelsea Handler, but she was like blonde woman, like a reality star. She was the power behind it.
But Robert De Niro's kid, I think, is autistic,
Maybe.
and he believed in it. And then they were going to play it at his festival, the Tribeca Film Festival, and then they scrapped it last minute.
Oh.
So he's a big no-vaxxer.
Okay.
The only thing in Van's defense is with the whole measles, but I guess that's not really vax. Is that the
Yo,
same
that is vax, but
conversation?
The microphone, guys. Come on.
But real quick, I just want to get Van goes, not saying the idea is new, but the conversation is definitely being had on a more mainstream level than ever before. Then again, he goes, I get it, but it's being championed in the mainstream now more than ever.
Okay.
And then he goes, anyway, I was just asking. I had first heard it back in the day, but I'm hearing a new anti-vaxxer every day now. Joe Budden is now one. So Andrew puts the laughing emoji. I put, Jesus Christ, man. Andrew puts the hand over the face emoji. And I go, Joe Budden is your bar? As to when this became a mainstream convo? Like, what the fuck?
So we did not know how important Joe Budden was to Van, bro. I didn't understand that was his guiding light in the world of news and mainstream media. It's not CNN. It's not
It's not Fox
MSNBC.
News. It's not
Fox
MSNBC.
News.
It's not the HuffPost. It's not Washington Post. Joe Budden. Joe Budden is anti-vaxxer now, so now this is serious. All right?
He's taking medical advice from a guy who dresses like Dick Tracy.
Bro.
These vaccinations causes autism, you see? They really do.
God. Listen, man. Salute to Joe. That's my guy, but goddamn, man. Come on, man. All I'm saying is, like, this has been a conversation forever. I remember growing up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, in my barbershop.
Yeah.
The barber had a cartoon that said vaccines are viruses. And it was like a picture of a Uncle Sam with a needle chasing little kids. And like, you don't know if you're injecting your kids with vaccine viruses. If I'm not mistaken, Andre 3000 rapped about vaccines or viruses at one point, and I can't remember.
Well, just to clarify, what a vaccine is it's a really small amount of the virus.
Yes.
And it's a small enough amount that your body can handle and build up antibodies to it. And then it's prepared if that virus ever enters your body again. It's like, I got the tools to take the shit out. So that's the whole idea with vaccines, right?
And I think what Van was saying was,
technically they are viruses, I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, right now. And by the way, you always start hearing these vaccination or virus conversations around election season. I don't know why, but it's always a thing around this time of year, the anti-vaxxers and yada, yada, yada. But I think what Van is saying is, measles, if I'm not mistaken, this is the highest rate of measles ever.
Yeah, that's
not
primarily in the Hasidic Jewish community.
And it's because they're not getting vaccination.
The same thing that they had in the barbershop in Moncks Corner. They have a Jewish version of that throughout the community in New York and all around the East Coast. And it got to a point where now it's spreading out of the community. So they're shutting down schools because the kids aren't vaccinated.
In Washington, too, I think. In Washington State.
in Washington State.
Yeah, there's like maybe it was 6. Yeah,
I think it was like 2000.
Vaccinate your fucking kids, guys. We're not
It's
dealing
not
with
rocket
this
science.
anymore. It's really not that big a deal. You're going to
It's not
vaccinate
rocket
your
science.
fucking kids. Charlamagne's vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. Okay, I think everybody else in this room is vaccinated. You're not vaccinated? Get the fuck out of here, yo. You're going to give us some shit. You can't even go to
Didn't you go
college
to
without
public
being
school?
vaccinated. What you talking about? You cannot get into college. There are medical requirements for college. One of them is vaccinations, and you have to be
You've
vaccinated
had
in order
shots
to go.
before, Taylor.
Absolutely.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
No, but I haven't had it in a long time.
Doesn't matter.
Yo, y'all need to get back to cheating, bro. Y'all really need to get back to cheating, bro. She thought you need to re-up the vaccine. Hold on, son. Hold on.
I thought you do though. You do gotta get a flu shot every year, right?
But flu shot is different. There's a different
No.
strain of flu, right? Every
Okay.
year. And that's some nonsense. I would never get a flu shot.
I don't get flu shots every year too. But I mean, but see, that's the thing too. Some people feel like
But that's on you.
You should get flu shots.
If you don't get the flu shot, that's on you. You're just going to have a shitty week.
Absolutely.
Right? But if you don't get the measles joint,
Measles, yes.
you spread it to all the other kids.
Especially if you're in an area where them shit is spreading like wildfire. Unless you know something that we don't know and you got some goddamn herbs in your house, some holistic shit that really can keep that shit out.
Right.
Other than that, just go get the goddamn shot. What is the reason that Hasidic Jews don't like to get it?
I mean, it's similar to what the larger mainstream version is. They think it leads to autism. They think it's a government conspiracy. I just know when I had kids, I started researching it. I got into it, and I went to my doctor, and I said, what do you think? And I had like a file full of papers. She was like, I gave it to my kids, and I was like,
that's all I need to know.
That's all you need to know.
If the
it. That's
doctors
it.
are giving it to their
Their
kids, that's
it.
all
That
you
was the end
need
of the
to know.
conversation.
By the way,
Simple as that.
if you read some of the articles that are out now, I mean, even though this is like, I think they said it's the highest rate of measles ever.
Not ever, but
No, I
in
think it's
recent
ever.
time. No, because measles used to be popping, bro. Isn't that how
I
they
don't
took out the
fucking know.
Native
Well,
Americans?
yeah, in a long time. That was smallpox.
Smallpox, yeah.
But
I don't even know what measles look like. That's how fucking privileged we are.
It's freckles. It's freckles.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. Right?
No, it's red.
It's like chicken pox.
Yeah, it's
Freckles!
like chicken pox.
It's chicken pox, not freckles.
Chicken pox is freckles.
Hold on, let
All
me
that
see.
shit is freckles.
That shit look
man.
like pizza, bro.
freckles, man. It's levels to freckles. All I'm saying is you can go back and look at old articles. There's articles from 2014 that sound like the articles that are being written now.
Right.
Because this is like all of this stuff happens. It's like it repeats itself all the time. There's always an outbreak of something, whether it's measles, the flu. It's always an outbreak of something, and it's always this crisis of people that don't vaccinate saying, "Hey, y'all shouldn't vaccinate." Like I don't know. And then and Van said that they're mobilizing and gaining political power now. I don't know what they could do.
I mean, they definitely have huge political backing, and Joe Budden co-signing.
You're right.
I can totally
You're right.
see.
Not Biden. Budden.
Joe Budden.
Right? Okay. Not Biden.
Yo, what if he
Budden.
just misspelled it? What if he meant Biden the whole time? And we're out here running with this Joe Budden narrative.
What's the political power, Chris, that they could possibly gain?
It's a small but vocal group. I mean, generally, people is Budden about to have a kid, or do you just have a kid?
You just had a kid.
That's all. You only care about it once you have a
When
kid.
you have a kid.
And then you forget about it. You know,
Yeah.
I understand it. When you have a newborn baby that's like literally pure, has no.
You want to do anything to keep it
The idea
alive.
of putting
You don't
it-
trust the white man.
Right. You don't trust. But
That's really what it is.
also sticking it with a needle from a pharmaceutical company feels wrong. It does feel wrong, but you got to sit down and realize measles is real.
Yes.
Smallpox is like.
Yes.
These things killed millions of
Yes.
people throughout history, and you got to do it.
I don't see the problem. I don't even know why this is a debate. I'm being honest. I get it. I'm open to listen to anybody who is anti-vax and why they're anti-vax. But my whole thing is just have another option. Like I've talked to a lot of holistic people, and they don't believe in those shots and stuff like that. But they feel like they have other remedies to prevent this kind of stuff. If you do, cool.
Don't believe that shit. Steve
I'm not
Jobs
doing
thought that he could have another remedy for his cancer with that holistic nonsense.
Listen, I don't believe in it. I'm not saying I don't believe in a lot of holistic stuff. I don't believe in stuff like that. If there's a vaccination, get the fucking vaccination. Like.